Have you ever had to choose between love and your biggest dream? It's a decision that can tear you apart, forcing you to look deep inside and ask what truly defines you. Today, I want to share a story about Maya, a young woman who faced this exact dilemma. Her journey is one of heartbreak, resilience, and the incredible power of chasing what sets your soul on fire. Maya was a fighter, both in and out of the ring. By day, she was a quiet student, but when she stepped onto the canvas, she transformed. The rhythmic thud of gloves hitting the bag was her heartbeat, the sweat on her brow a testament to her dedication. Boxing wasn't just a sport for her, it was her sanctuary, the one place where she felt completely herself, powerful and in control. Then there was Liam. He was charming, supportive, and he loved Maya deeply. Their relationship was like a perfect melody, a beautiful escape from the grueling demands of her training. He'd be there at her matches, his voice the loudest in the crowd, cheering her on. For a while, it seemed like she could have it all. The man she loved and the dream she was fighting for, but dreams have a way of demanding more than you think you have to give. The turning point came when Maya earned a spot at the national training camp, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that could pave her way to the championships. It meant moving away for months, dedicating every waking moment to her craft. She was ecstatic, but when she told Liam, his smile didn't quite reach his eyes. He talked about their future, about settling down, about a life that was stable and predictable, a life where boxing was just a hobby, not a calling. The conversation that followed was one of the hardest of her life. "It's me or the boxing, Maya," he said, his voice quiet but firm. He saw her dream as a rival, a relentless competitor for her time and affection. And in that moment, Maya faced an impossible choice. Give up the part of herself that made her feel alive, or lose the person she thought she couldn't live without. Her heart screamed for Liam, but her soul roared for the ring. With tears streaming down her face, she chose her dream. The first few weeks at camp were brutal. The loneliness was a physical ache, a constant phantom limb where Liam used to be. Every missed call, every unsent text, was a fresh wave of heartbreak. Her coach, a tough old-timer named Sal, noticed her distraction. Her punches were sloppy, her footwork hesitant. She was physically present, but her spirit was 1,000 miles away, replaying that final, painful conversation. One evening, after a particularly rough sparring session, Sal found her sitting alone by the bleachers. He didn't offer empty platitudes. Instead, he just sat beside her and said, "The ring doesn't care about your broken heart. It only cares about what you do when you're in it. You can let that pain break you, or you can turn it into fuel." His words were harsh, but they were exactly what she needed to hear. He was right. She had made her choice, and wallowing in self-pity wasn't going to get her the championship belt. From that day on, something inside Maya shifted. She channeled her grief, her anger, her loneliness into every punch, every sprint, every drill. The heavy bag became her confidant, absorbing the force of her heartbreak. The pain didn't disappear, but it transformed. It sharpened her focus, hardened her resolve. She started to see that the strength she needed wasn't just physical. It was mental, emotional. She was learning to stand on her own, not just in the ring, but in life. Her opponents at the camp were tough. They were bigger, more experienced, and had been in the game far longer. But Maya had something they didn't. A fire fueled by sacrifice. She studied them, learned their weaknesses, and pushed her own limits. She became the first one in the gym and the last one to leave. Her technique improved. Her punches landed with more precision and power. The other fighters, who once saw her as just another rookie, started to watch her with a newfound respect. As the weeks turned into months, Maya began to rediscover herself, not as half of a couple, but as a whole person. She found camaraderie with her teammates, women who understood the sacrifices and the burning ambition. They shared stories of their own struggles, their own heartbreaks, their own triumphs. For the first time, she felt like she truly belonged. She was no longer just Maya, Liam's girlfriend. She was Maya the boxer, and it felt right. The day of the championship fight arrived. The arena was electric, the air thick with anticipation. As she walked towards the ring, the roar of the crowd was a deafening symphony. Across the canvas stood her opponent, the reigning champion, a formidable fighter with an undefeated record. Doubt, cold and sharp, tried to creep into Maya's mind, but then she caught her reflection in the overhead screen. She saw the fighter she had become strong, focused, and unbroken. The bell rang, and the fight began. The first few rounds were a brutal dance. The champion was relentless, landing heavy blows that tested Maya's defenses. A cut opened up over her eye, and her body ached with every impact. The crowd was chanting the champion's name. In the corner between rounds, Sal wiped the blood from her face. "This is it, kid," he said, his eyes locking with hers. "This is what you've been fighting for. Now go out there and take it." In the final round, Maya was running on pure adrenaline and heart. She remembered Liam's ultimatum, the lonely nights, the grueling training. She remembered Sal's words about turning pain into fuel. It all converged into a single point of clarity. This wasn't just about winning a belt. This was about proving to herself that her choice, her sacrifice, had been worth it. With a final surge of energy, she saw an opening. She threw a combination she'd practiced 1,000 times. A swift, powerful sequence that caught the champion off guard. The final punch landed with a deafening crack, and her opponent stumbled, falling to the canvas. The referee's count began. 1, 2. The crowd fell silent. 3, 4. Maya stood in her corner, her chest heaving, watching, waiting. The count reached 10. The bell rang one last time. The referee raised her arm, and the arena erupted. She had done it. She was the new champion. Tears mixed with sweat as she dropped to her knees, overwhelmed by a flood of emotions. It wasn't just victory, it was validation. It was the culmination of every drop of sweat, every moment of doubt, every ounce of pain. As the belt was wrapped around her waist, she looked out at the crowd, her gaze scanning the faces. For a fleeting second, she looked for Liam, but he wasn't there. And for the first time, it didn't hurt. She realized her happiness wasn't dependent on his approval or his presence. She had found her strength, not in someone else's love, but within herself. Holding the championship belt high above her head, Maya smiled. She had lost love, but she had found herself. And in the end, that was the greatest victory of all. Her journey shows us that sometimes the hardest choices lead to the most rewarding destinations. It reminds us to have the courage to follow our own path, even if it means walking it alone for a while. Thanks for watching this story unfold with me. If Maya's journey resonated with you, let me know in the comments what dream you're fighting for. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more stories that inspire. See you next time.
ਮਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਤੇ ਦੁਆਵਾਂ ਯਾਦ ਰਹਿਣੀਆਂ ਮਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਤੇ ਦੁਆਵਾਂ ਯਾਦ ਰਹਿਣੀਆਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੱਕ ਮੇਰੀਆਂ ਏ ਸਾਵਾਂ ਰਹਿਣੀਆਂ ਮਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਤੇ ਦੁਆਵਾਂ